Our speaker, Bethany, has come to share her experience, strength, and hope with us in the specific area of the BDA toolkit and the 12 steps of DA. Welcome, Bethany.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Bethany. I'm a debtor. Hi. Thanks, Ryan, for asking me to speak. And welcome if you're new. If you run screaming from the building, we will not be offended. I definitely wanted to do that the first time that I came in to DA. And I've been in DA and BDA for about 3 years and 3 months. But my first meeting was actually 6 years ago. And I hated it. It was awful. The only reason I didn't run screaming from the building is because my legs wouldn't work, and I couldn't actually speak. I was so terrified. So if you're new, it may not feel good, but that's okay. Hopefully you stick around. I'll just give you a quick snapshot of kind of where I came from and where I was when I started DA, and then where I am now, and try to put the pieces together of maybe how I got there, although I don't exactly know how this program works. I just know that it does. I've never had a full-time job. I am a terrible employee. I'm insubordinate, which I always thought was one of my best qualities. It's actually a character defect, but it is, the other side of the coin is that I'm a free spirit, and I like to do my own thing, and that can be a good thing. So anyway, I always kind of worked for myself very poorly, which I learned from my dad, who was awful at business, but he was a financial planner, funny enough, and an entrepreneur, I guess, which just was another way of saying he was a compulsive gambler. But he didn't believe in paying taxes, so I guess for 10 years or so, he didn't, and it equaled the end of my parents' marriage. He was hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt with the IRS when my mom left, and so I learned from the best. So when I came in to DA, I was living on a couch. I was suicidal pretty much every day. I wasn't answering my phone. I couldn't really. I was lucky to earn $100 or $200 in a week, and funny enough, I was a professional clown. That's the only thing I was doing at the time. It's a little ironic. But I did have about $6,000 in the bank. I also had $65,000 or so in debt. Didn't really know that at the time. That's something I learned when I came into DA, how to actually get clear on numbers. And I had never been clear on my numbers, never tracked what I earned or what I spent. I didn't really, I tried to earn as much in cash as possible because then I wouldn't have to be accountable to the IRS. And I just had no idea. Let's say $600 a month was about what I was earning. And I actually thought I was even though I was miserable, I actually thought I was in a pretty good place. I was still alive. My expenses were really low, right? I didn't have rent or any of that. I wasn't paying on any of my debts. And I had this money in the bank from a little ship that had come in. And I always thought when my ship came in, and it was bound to come in, that I would just pay off all my debt, and then I would buy a mansion, and I would, live happily ever after. I really thought that's what it was going to be like, and that's not what it was like at all. When I got this check for $6,000, which felt like $6 million at the time, I had no idea what to do with it. I was actually way more uncomfortable having money than I was not having money. I knew how to to make it work with very little, but I didn't trust myself with a sum of money. And so I acted anyway, more impoverished than ever. And I squirreled it away. I didn't want to touch it. I didn't have any way to really, handle it. So anyway, I came to DA. I came to this meeting. I got an emergency PRG because people said that was a good idea. I figured whatever. So I told them about this money. Actually, that's not true. My first PRG was around a single piece of mail from the state of California, the Franchise Tax Board. I guess that's Los Angeles City or whatever. And I was terrified to open it. I couldn't even, I was sobbing. And then through the course of the PRG, this money came up, and they said, why don't you consider, instead of just throwing that at one of your credit cards, like maybe finding a place to live, And at the time, that seemed ridiculous. Like, why would I want an extra expense, But they were also talking about really weird stuff like self-care and like getting your nails done and stuff. And I was like, what are you talking about? Like, it did not make any sense to me, but I kept coming. I didn't really have anything else to do, and I kind of felt, I didn't feel great in meetings, but I felt some relief afterward, and I felt like even if people weren't listening to me, at least I could hear my own voice for a minute or three and, prove that I was still alive. So I did end up getting a place. And for the first year in DA, I struggled a lot, but I pretty much did everything that they told me. They meaning the sponsor that I got, burned through that sponsor, got another sponsor. She gave me other suggestions that I took, burned through that sponsor, got another sponsor who worked me through step 6, which is what I'm on now. Very, very thoroughly, slowly, which is really good for me. And I did 30 meetings in 30 days. I did the tools game. I started an earning job that I actually hated, but I started earning, and I learned how to make that work. Today, or for the last few months, since the beginning of the year, I've earned about $6,000 a month, which is 10 times what I was earning when I came in. And I don't know how to express my gratitude for this program, and really for everyone sitting in this room, even if I don't know you, because you're what helps me stay solvent, what helps me continue to get better. Without DA, I would probably still be alive, but I wouldn't be enjoying my life like I am now. And it's, the money's great, actually. I really am friends with money today. I'm not afraid of it. I like earning it. I like saving it. I like spending it. And I don't know if they're here. I guess they're not, because one of them is your wife and she's not here. But my PRG people, that first year that I was in DA, helped me set up a couple different savings accounts for this money that I had. They helped me figure out what I liked, what was important to me, which was something I'd completely lost. So they helped me set up a few different accounts with different names. So I had a travel fund. I called it my Magic Carpet Fund. I had a Prudent Reserve. I had my Tax Fiend Fund, which is what I called it, for setting aside taxes. Last year was actually the first year ever that I paid quarterly taxes. And it felt good. And I also set up a baby making fund because I thought maybe one day I would want to be a mom. And I knew that was really expensive and that maybe that wasn't for me certainly before DA, it was never a possibility. Because I didn't even know how to take care of myself. How could I possibly think about taking care of another person and passing down all the bullshit that my dad passed down to me? Bless his heart, I adore him. We have a wonderful relationship today. But all my character defects, and all the stuff that has plagued me. And by the way, it wasn't the world. It wasn't, the man. It wasn't anything else than my own thinking that was really my biggest enemy. So that's something that I've found out in DA, and I've had the privilege of asking for the willingness for that thinking to change. So yeah, I got a little vision growing inside me right now. It's due in a few weeks, and I'm so happy. I can't even tell you. I knew that. Yeah, what's funny, Ingrid, is I had somebody ask me the other day, so they were like, oh, so when's your last meeting? Like when the baby comes, like it's all over for me, which I believe there is some truth to. But I said, you know what, I'm just going to keep coming until I can for a little while, and then I'm going to come right back. I remember seeing you nursing your little boy in this room, and I thought, yeah, that's the kind of mom I want to be, So I'm super grateful to be here. My life has gotten so much better. The challenges are still there. Challenges, in some ways, have gotten better. Just, it's not such a struggle, which is nice. I just have better things to do than worry about money all the time. So I have enough money to take 4 months off work and to do it very sanely. I also had a sponsee recently mentioned to me, the state of California has this thing where they'll actually pay you to have a baby and take time off. And I was like, no, paid family leave, that's only something that happens for employed people who are obedient and show up to work. And and she said, no, I think it might be for self-employed people too. You just look into it. So I did, and sure enough, it's called an elective disability insurance through the state of California, where I'll be paid for I believe it's up to 12 weeks. 4 weeks during my pregnancy, and then 8 weeks afterward, just to bond with my kid. It's awesome, and the premium costs a fraction of what they'll send me just for taking time off work. That's awesome. I had no idea that I could have the life that I wanted to have and still be taken care of, and it's through the willingness to take care of myself, really. So let's see, what else okay, I guess I should talk about the tools a little bit, but you don't have them. Okay. So I still get PRGs. In fact, thanks. I should probably get one before the baby comes. I give PRGs. I haven't been actively working my steps, but I want to get back into that. I do sponsor. I keep my numbers, and I love it. That's weird. I don't understand that, but it feels really good. I want to do what my parents didn't, and I want to be having, talks with my partner about money regularly, weekly, in front of the kid. And not fights, just talks. Hey, this is where, what do you think about this? And my parents never, ever talked about money in front of me. I do service on every level, and that's a huge gift in my program. I I take outreach calls. I make outreach calls. I speak when I'm asked to, if I can. I actually am a GSR for a meeting. It's a general service representative. It's kind of a representative of a meeting who goes to the World Service Conference, where debtors all around the world congregate and fight. That's not true. We learn about business. Is that my time? Oh, okay. Anyway, no, it's actually wonderful, the World Service Conference, and I serve on the Hospitals, Institutions, and Prisons Committee there. We just developed a new starter kit for people who want to bring DA into hospitals, institutions, and prisons. It's super exciting. I started a meeting. There's so many wonderful ways to be of service, and the best way for you as a newcomer to be of service is to ask for help and keep showing up. Thanks for letting me be up here.